Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of Atlantica. Yes, today we are focusing on a specific build that I also did on stream. Literally everything you see is made on stream. That's why you have all these overlays and stuff happening. But today I am building one of my most, I would say, interesting architectural builds I have done in a while. It's very different, but I feel like it kind of works with this whole cartoony Atlantica vibe we're trying to do here. So that's what I'm doing. This building specifically will be made for the what is his name now? The guy that the guy that can foresee the future thing. That guy, right? I can't remember. There's something with a Z. I added him this in here, so this will become like more of a little, you know, mysterious sort of interior. It's not gonna have much, but it will have that, so people will still be able to interact with this build. You know, go inside and check out what is happening. Not that it has a lot of interior. It will have a very minimum interior. But as I say, this build specifically was something I also found on my Pinterest. It was like a specific build of like two types I've tried to manage, like these towers here with like a building in the middle of like these windows and stuff. You'll see it, but it's very intricate build too. And yes, this is the build that will have the most pieces that are like a standalone build by itself. It's still less than 4K, though it is still higher than all of the builds I have done in this park. Even after this, I have built a few other builds, but this is definitely the top candidate to be the build with most pieces. So that is also why after this I'm slowly slowly stepping down with the whole massive use of pieces. I say that, and then you'll see the next videos that I do use more. But I'm saying that I am very much aware of the whole usage of pieces and what I have left and what I can do with it. The go-kart track itself, as I said to you guys before, will be very minimum theming. It'll be some ruins. It'll be like a little watery area type of stuff, and that's pretty much what that go-kart track will be. So I think go-kart would probably be the most boring track, because I just don't want to focus so much on it, because I also need to focus a lot on our dog ride situation, which I definitely need to grind on for an entire week, just that. But what I mainly want to have done now is the river rapids, and then the coaster station, and then I think pretty much we're there. I'm not gonna have too much stuff on the coaster itself. It's still gonna be some theming there, but not so much as we will have at the river rapids. River rapids will probably be the most detailed ride, but it's because it's the water element of the whole park. So I want to do something very cool there. But you will see that in further videos. I really did some really dope stuff that I hope you guys will like when you will eventually see them here on the channel. I'm trying to get these out like a week at a time, more or less, and then because I also have to like do some cinematics and do a little voiceover, as you can hear here. So it's not just to take the video and just put it in, because I don't want to give you guys a 4-hour VOD when I can just do this and shorten them down. So I'm doing this specific like tower here, where I'm trying to add some more stuff to it on the left side, and then afterwards I connect it to another building and then another tower, as you saw in the cinematics. And it's very interesting because I've not really used like the chimneys for this sort of spire roof that I did here. So yeah, I'm quite happy for the experiment that we kind of did here. So, and I will also add a few other things around this specific area too, but I do mostly that off stream. And there are some windows and doors that I also end up doing, but unfortunately I forgot to record that because that was after stream. I kind of was like, this build is not done, but I kind of want to finish it before I end off, just close off for the day. And I did that, and then so that will not be in the video here, but I will try slowly just explain to you guys what it is I did. I mainly just took Hydros beams and colored them different colors to kind of like make this sort of door frame and window frame. I kind of did the same thing in Galatea, and then I kind of just added those Morris doors, and then it kind of like just went out by that. So I'm really satisfied with how this build turned out, and I was actually really, how do you say, I didn't expect this build to turn out like this, because in my mind it was very messy, you know. But as I told you in my Wikipedias and stuff, everything in the start looks messy, it looks weird to the eye, but if you just keep on, like, you know, going and don't stop and just get to a point where you're like, okay, I can work with this, then you're good to go. But if that doesn't hit you, then you should probably start over. But like 1 out of 10 that happens, you know. So yeah, this tower here is going to be a little bit more wider. As I said, we're going to have a door here, and then we're going to have a balcony on the other tower, a little bit more slim one. And after that, it actually turned out super cool. It gives this super nice feeling to it. Actually feel very much alive too. And especially having this right in the background, where you can see it coming up from the roofs and stuff. You will eventually see it. Also, I also give it another color than just this green color. We don't want that. So as I told you in the other episodes, is that you might find lack of water elements here in the start. But eventually, when I got everything kind of settled, I will go in and add all those, like, you know, water element clutter, like corals, maybe like a few waterfalls here and there, like small waterfalls, some small water elements, which I also will add eventually in the videos. Some parts like a splash pad will have like some small water sections here and there and stuff. So so if you're wondering where it is, but then it will come. So you guys should not worry about that. So here I'm trying like just to make a different type of window. I kind of going with this sort of, you know, submerged, submarine kind of window vibe. Just trying to get all these, as I said, water objects and elements into this build, so we get this Atlantis vibe, as I told you guys, in all the builds, which really takes some effort. But with a little bit of stubbornness, and you know, we are in such a good groove. As I said too, I am really enjoying this build, or like just this whole style. It's very new to me, and I am enjoying that I can kind of like just go my way with it. It's been a while since I started my own personal project, and since this is for a contest and it's not really where I can just like start from scratch, but it kinda is still, because I still am in charge of what I want to add of theming and style, which layout do I want. So I definitely needed something like this to kind of like get my groove back up again, and it literally just sometimes is what you need. I am also 100% convinced that I will finish this in time. He also even did an extension, and remember, what you're seeing here is probably you being 3 or 4, maybe even a month, yeah, most likely, behind of what I'm actually building. So I have already built a coaster. The river rapids is half themed. There's a station. So all these things here you will eventually get on the channel, but I am way forward than what I'm saying now. So when I'm saying that I will finish it, then I will. This is not where I'm at now after only 6 weeks. So yeah, so don't worry guys, we will finish it. And as I said, there's a 2-week extension, so you'll get a little bit more Atlantica stuff on the channel. Maybe I'll do some recordings too, because I will eventually have to grind through and finish up the stuff. So maybe I will do that as well. But we will see when that time comes. That's a future me problem. We have about a month left, more or less. So I have to grind through, definitely. So you might experience maybe a little bit lack of videos the next few weeks because of this. But you know, priorities. So yeah. But don't you worry, you will still get Atlantica stuff in doses. So I'm not adding any other rides than the ones I need. I also need to retheme his restaurant, the Swan. And then I also have to add some more things in the background to get a little bit more depth to it all and a little bit better composition. So as you can see here, we sort of got the two towers fixed now, and I'm really happy how they looked. And now we're going over to the more intricate bit I said about the whole custom windows, the frames. The windows I wanted wasn't really there in some sort of the frames, as I know, so I had to go with the beams. That's also why I'm saying that this build ends up being a heavy build, because I'm using a lot of these beams, a lot of these plaster pieces to get this feeling that I want. But as I say, this will be only custom windows I do. First of all, I just needed to have this to the build to make it look nice. I couldn't just add normal windows here, otherwise the build would not look as unique and nice as it looks now. So yeah, I feel like that was a necessity to have that there. And as I said, I add balconies, I add a door and stuff off camera. You will get to see it in the cinematics, guys. And as I explained to you, it was literally just some different beams I added and added that Moorish door at the end to get that feeling of it. I end up doing a little bit of more decal stuff too, adding some padding around here as well, which I also cut out so people will actually walk in. I add the curbs so people won't walk in it or clip through it as well. And then we're actually somewhat where the build is almost done. I'm not doing anything else on this build. Like these builds you see me do here will mainly just stay as they are. Maybe I'll add clutter depending on how far I get into this, but most likely these builds are gonna stand like this in the park when they're done. You can see this is more of a little of a facade build. It goes towards the wall, so in that way I could get away with this, having this sort of very slim build lean towards the wall. It looks like a facade. It's not really, because you could go inside, but it kind of covers up the back part of the ride, as you see. So it has a good intricate feeling and composition to everything we kind of build in here, and the colors as well really does the job. I am super excited to see Moomin and everyone else's reaction to this park when it's done. And I'm also, this is gonna be a record for me, to be fair, to actually have a park finished within 2.5 months. That's never happened before, so that's also very exciting. And maybe even after that we will have Blueport finished too, which you guys will get a new video of as well soon, where Tetsuo, which has had the park actually, will tell us a little bit about what he's been doing in this park of mine. So yeah, super exciting times, guys. Super exciting times. But Atlantica is growing and is becoming this sort of crazy park I've never would have imagined me build. I can't wait to get to the river rapids so you guys can see what I'm doing there. It's sort of like this big magical like Journey of Atlantis ride. Not very specific, inspired by the original one, but more my own personal view on it. So it's gonna be super fun, guys, and I'm 100% sure you guys are gonna love what I've been doing with it so far. And if you wanna join me and watch me build this live, you can join me on the link as it says there in the left corner. Links are in the description. I pretty much built this on stream, usually 3 or 4 hours it takes me to do, and then we just hang and pretty much just have a good time. So remember to come by if it has any interest. So yeah, here is the door that I wanted to make. This is not going to be a door that can open or close. It's just going to be a glass door, and people are just going to walk through it. I had to add something here to get this super magical, what is that? Magical feeling to it, and having also the same vibe with the windows. So we kind of have this super nice door. So I had to like improvise and add a few things here and there, since I couldn't add stained glass or normal windows. So here I kind of like added the gemstone, and when I did it I was like, you know what, that's actually not bad. I kind of like that. So we went in and we did that, and the interior I do inside of this is, you know, that spooky tapestry we got, the light blue one I'm adding in. I add a little treasure, I add some magical lights, pretty much that. I also add a few neon lights here and there to so we get like this sort of magical feeling. at night. It's also kind of inspired by, you know, the original Disney one, Atlantis, where a lot of the pillars and stuff have these like these writings that are like in neon and like. So I kind of want to add this in here too, you know, kind of like have it on a few bills and stuff. Maybe I'll even do it on the ground too, so it kind of gets this feeling of it, especially at night too. So, but I have some night shots for you guys as well so far, and some spoilers of stuff here and there when we come to the cinematics. But that will eventually also come. Next video will also be another build I'm doing on the right side here, which will be more of a still a different build of my usual style. So there's a lot more to look, guys. But I will hopefully have that video out for you guys within the next week or so, and then we will probably have that going on for the rest of the time Atlantica is running, where you guys will get a video a week, maybe 2 if I'm quick and I don't really got anything else to show you guys besides that, because as I say, I will prioritize a little bit more the next few weeks because I need to finish this, and I want to finish it. So this will probably have my priority for the next few weeks, and then we'll jump back to Blueport afterwards. So here I'm adding a little bit of more clutter pieces here and there. I felt like we needed some stuff, like some stuff that made it feel alive and active. So I added this little shade section here, and then I'm adding a few ropes, a few, you know, the usual clutter stuff, and plants, barrels, all the stuff that we need to kind of like give this the vibe it needs. Afterwards, I'm adding a few more decal pieces, a little bit more foliage along the walls, and then that's where I kind of stop it, and then I build the rest off stream, which I unfortunately didn't get to record, as I said to you guys. So but fear no less, we finished this guy, and I'm really happy for how he turned out. Let me know what you think. How did you think this build ends up looking after you see it here now, when we got the windows and doors too in the cinematics afterwards? I'm really happy that you guys are enjoying this series on the channel. So please, guys, give it a like if you want more of this, and let me know what you think of the project and the build so far. I am enjoying this, as I said, so freaking much, and I am excited to share more with you guys. But here at the end, we are just adding a little bit of shade too here from the door, and then we are pretty much done with today's shenanigans, friends. Yeah, hope you have a great day, enjoy the cinematics, and find me on Twitch if that's what you want, or find me in the next Atlantica video. Appreciate you all for watching. Have a good day. Bye.